In other ways, you're stupid and arrogant.
It was not a good. It was not a good. It was not a good thing. It was a good thing in that servers disappeared during COVID. Yeah.
Or they didn't save up, or they made some life choices. I'm all about helping your parents out, man. But
let's pretend that you had a job. Look up organizing on YouTube and watch it for 5 hours.
So he had that car, perfectly good condition, and then he decided he wanted to get an SUV.
Number 5. Insane business investment. This caller gave Ramsey the laughter fits. She wants to start a home organizing business, and he said that the maximum she can invest is $5,000.
I'm in baby step 2, but I just had this aha moment where I was thinking probably
And you copy their ideas. We call it best practices.
Ramsey stops her in her tracks and asks her where she even got that number, because it's just outrageous to spend that much on such a simple business idea. She defends by saying it's for the license cost and all, but Ramsey is having none of it. He tells her she's already an organized person if she's thinking go this, so just watch some YouTube videos on it and get going.
So I do have a question. 100 to 200 per room.
Where'd you get that number? Or something else. So you look at different pricing models and different ways to pull this together.
Number 4. Overconfident caller. Imagine calling up the show of someone who is as successful, humble, and learned as Dave Ramsey and calling him stupid and arrogant too. This guest is even shocked that this guy actually called up to show himself and instantly decided to insult Ramsey by calling him stupid. I mean, he could have at least talked about the subject matter before deciding that insults are the route he wants to take. He starts saying that the recommendations Ramsey gives in terms of his financial advice, especially related to actively managed funds, is completely wrong, and he's lowering people's income by 50% at a minimum.
Which you have the compounding cost bringing your return down by 2%.
By the way, that's a great way to start any conversation right there.
Yeah.
Wife when he died.
Well, that's fine. I mean, where the money's going is not relevant to the mathematical discussion.
Ramsey, on the other hand, shuts down his overconfident guy in a minute. He says that he has been teaching people about this longer than this caller has been alive, so he knows a little something about the field too, and is not stupid. Ramsey lays out the facts and respectfully waits for Chris to give his argument, and as he does, Chris becomes a little quiet. Ramsey doesn't talk out of sense. He knows what he's talking about and has some solid facts and cases to back up his recommendations. Perhaps the best part is that Dave stays completely calm as he discusses the issue with Chris. By staying calm, Ramsey demonstrates self-respect and integrity. Reacting impulsively or engaging in a verbal altercation compromises a person's own values and self-image.
Over 50 years, you'll have half the money. My first question would be, are you smarter than Warren Buffett?
Other than that, he doesn't actually do what he says he's going to do.
Number 3. Ramsey calls BS. Eliza is calling up the show to get some advice like most people. She has been following a payment plan, but things don't seem to be going so well. It seems she has gotten advice from Ramsey before because she says she was following the plan. So she must have gotten some pointers from Ramsey at some point, although it is not confirmed at any point.
Current on all your bills and not going into any more debt and that sort of thing. So I've been just...
y'all went through the debts and getting your bills current and all that. What I hear, though, is you sound okay.
Starting now with Uber, with delivering pizzas.
She and her husband make a combined income of $32,000. He is a video editor while she is a proofreader now. Before pursuing these opportunities, Eliza's husband used to work as a server and then he launched his own editing company. Ramsey simply says she's wrong because they are calling this a successful business but have so many intense money problems. It's almost insane that these people don't see what's wrong with the way they're living. Ramsey actually says they are living below the poverty line and they really need to get proper jobs because they really can't live like this. It's not even enough to sustain themselves, let alone their entire family.
A producer or as behind the camera or whatever he's good at, or until he gets.
But we're also trying to make sure we save up taxes for the coming year.
All you've told me in the first 5 minutes you've been on the air is how, like 6 different times, is how you guys have absolutely no money.
Eliza says that she is aware of their issues, and so is her husband. But Ramsey says he's simply not working enough. He needs to buckle down and really start working properly, or they are going to drown in their own expenses. Being realistic about your financial condition means acknowledging the current state of your finances, and that's exactly what this couple want to do, or at least the husband won't. Awareness helps people assess the severity of the strain, understand the root causes, and identify areas that require immediate attention. Without a clear understanding of their situation, it is challenging, in fact, basically impossible, to make effective financial choices and find suitable solutions. Number 2. Weirdest call ever. This caller is in a weird situation. He is paying his parents' mortgage and is being crushed under the financial strain. He's just trying to be a good child because his parents are struggling and he wants to help them out and not let them fee. Burdened by this situation, but Ramsey feels like something is off about this situation.
Mortgage and home equity.
You were nice to come in and with an umbrella when it was raining.
They're sitting on $500,000. Yeah. Anyway, we could talk all day.
Yeah.
Let's call it.
That's the thing.
His dad isn't working, and that does not impress Ramsey. And now this young 29-year-old man is taking care of his parents, and he is struggling. This was supposed to be a temporary situation, but unfortunately, it has become the permanent situation. In fact, Ramsey says this is not an act of love. His parents are adults and they need to get off their butts and start working so that they can put in some money in this situation. Ramsey says they need to sell their house and buy a cheaper one. The caller instantly says that's not possible, but Ramsey tells him it really is.
I still have 3 options. I can either continue paying the principal and interest, which I'm currently doing.
You are intentionally sacrificing your future to not to keep somebody alive, but to prop up a fantasy.
So this is not a refinance question. This is a Peter. You guys have made a mistake of trying to.
Each individual has a personal responsibility to provide for themselves and contribute to their own financial well-being. If the parents are physically and mentally capable of working but choose not to, it is unfair to expect this guy to bear the full financial burden. Placing the entire financial responsibility on this one man, especially when others in the family are capable of contributing, creates an inequitable distribution of responsibility. It will eventually lead to feelings of resentment and strain in their relationship as the burden falls disproportionately on him, even though he was trying his best to do something good for his parents. Everyone should be encouraged to take responsibility for their own financial needs to the best of their abilities, and Ramsey tries his best to explain this to the young man. Number 1. In debt for Kia. This is probably one of the best insane reasons for a debt that you can think of. This lady husband decided to purchase a car that they really could not afford, and now they are in some serious financial trouble. They owe $12,000 per month on the car, a total debt of $72,000, and now they don't know how to manage this with their expenses.
But then about a year, he purchased a $72,000 car.
And it dropped in half.
$32,000 drop?
I know.
I'm not buying it. All right, so he's not good at this or he doesn't want to sell it, one of the two, or both.
He paid way over the market price for the Kia. He paid $68,000 for it, and the highest he is getting for it now is $40,000. He tried going to a lot of dealerships, but this is simply the highest he's getting. Even though the car was bought only a year ago, he can't find someone to buy it for more than half the price. Ramsey simply says this is a man that doesn't want to sell his car. He's likely making excuses because it's not possible that he can't find a buyer for more than half of the market value for a car in a decent condition. They do a quick check and realize that they can easily get more than $50,000 for this car, which was the going market value at the time. It was simply unbelievable that a car would lose that much value over time, and Ramsey was right. Financial decisions are an integral part of a partnership, and making them without consulting your partner leads to a lack of transparency and trust.
Been able to afford that car. He's currently the only one working.
Okay, because the numbers you were giving us were just unbelievable that the car...
He's justifying why he should keep this car.
Look it up while I talk, okay? Because I think I'm calling BS.
This man made the most insane purchase without consulting his wife, and it was horrible. By making significant financial decisions without involving your partner, you risk damaging the trust and mutual understanding within your relationship. Ramsey tells her that the first rule they need to follow is that no one makes major financial decisions in their relationship without consulting each other. That's all for today, folks. See you next time.